Think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America. This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Yeah, welcome everybody to our daily gun show. We come to you live every midnight every weeknight at midnight Eastern. So got David in here. Thanks for joining. From Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Right on. And nobody else showed up today. So it's Wednesday. We'll kind of do a short show. Today's the day where people can guess the dog's name. So we'll see if anybody can guess it during the show here. Nobody's guessed it on Instagram. Appreciate all the people that did that so that I didn't have like 16 places to check names. There's, I think it said 250 or something. There's a heck of a lot. It's more than 200 responses over there. Quite a few of them are duplicates, but nobody's come up with it. So we'll do that tonight, and that'll be it. So go. Nobody's saying, okay, I guess you can ask some clues, I guess, if anybody's going to be interested. Is the name Mac? No. It's a girl dog, and I guess you could just keep shouting out guesses. We've had 250 guesses. You go look at the Instagram and see what it's not. It's not Wolverine. So if you want to ask questions or clues, just tell you the name and end it. But try to have some fun with it here.
You want me to ask you clues?
If you have a clue or an idea.
Questions? No, is the dog named after a famous person that's involved with guns?
No, not named after anybody. I don't think I've done that before. I've never named a dog after a person. Have you? Do you have dogs?
Johnny. I have had dogs ever since I was a baby. My parents raised Great Danes. I raised golden retrievers.
Oh, right.
And yes, I had a golden retriever named Johnny Cash.
Oh, okay. It's a girl dog, so it's not a boy dog. Is the name from Red Dawn? No. I don't think I've ever named a dog from Red Dawn. I would name my kids from Red Dawn, but not dog. Dogs only last for like 13 years. I'd be wasting a name.
Not on that sweet pooch you've got.
Well, that brings something up. The name has something to do with sweet. So you've just come up with a clue there.
I shouldn't try to guess it, though. We should leave it up to the viewers, right?
Well, that's the thing. So you're going to have the advantage, but nobody out there is really guessing. We've got 9 people. 8 thumbs. Appreciate that. It's mostly Patriots work, I'm sure.
Is it Sweetie Pie?
No. I kind of like the name Dawn also, but I didn't think of that. Dawn? I think Dawn, she could have come for like Dawn. I like that name. I mean, it's easy to yell. I figure I want a dog's name that I can yell if they're in trouble or need to come here. That isn't, 6 syllables or sounds exactly like stay or something. No, a million people guessed Ghost. It's not Ghost. I was going to name it Ghost. It turns out there's a really steep licensing fee. I could. How is ice sweet? So no, it's not ice. I don't know what kind of ice you're eating.
Must be thinking of a Polar Cup or something.
Maybe ice cream. I don't know what Anubis is, but I don't know what that is. So no.
What did they ask it?
It said Anubis, Anubis, Anubis,
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell that is.
Egypt or something probably.
That's a possibility. Maybe Egyptian, like a.
Right, well, people are just guessing names, so I guess we'll just keep ignoring that. If they want to ask clues or whatever, we can narrow it down and be done with it. Otherwise, I've got a couple of things. We're going to do a member of the day. Today it's CloverTac. Might have heard of this guy. He does a couple of shows each week. And, he just did a cool one this afternoon, or this whatever time it was for you, evening, where he started a series with his Wednesday shows for youth shooters, getting kids into shooting and giving them a spot on the web to talk about competition shooting and whatnot, which is important for kids, obviously, for all the reasons you want to get kids into a culture, but also a lot of times they can get scholarships and things. So it can be useful for them too in their careers, right? So I thought that was pretty
It can be very useful, and Clover's also involved with the 4-H program, which is another youth shooting sports, and they do firearms and archery, and it's a very well-known program that's very well respected. And I believe he's a mentor in that program and an instructor.
And it isn't the easiest thing to get coordinated and everything, so I thought that was pretty cool and a good effort. And yeah, I like the whole concept of that. So anyways, our member of the day, and you can check him out. I've got links in the description there to his various presence on the various platforms, and then his website where he kind of uses his hub for everything. Is the name 2A related? No, it's not 2A related at all. Then Dead Horse said Eclair and Vanilla, because I'm guessing the people on the stupid YouTube side aren't even reading the gun channel side. Frosty would have been interesting, but no. There's no like Y in it. I don't have like a Y in it. So anyway, so that was the member of the day. We try to come up with a new member each day, and working on that. And let's see, I'm gonna do a gun of the day. So we're gonna watch a movie over here. Screen share. You can sit back and watch this movie.
We have the opportunity to take a look at a couple of different Merritt's legs here. These are all pistols, although they are lever action, and they look a lot like our bigger brothers, the lever action rifles. All of these are pistols. These two are from Rossi, and this one's from Henry. 3 different calibers. Wish I had my little 22 to compare these two, but first off, we'll look at this one. It's a Rossi 45 long Colt. Pretty nice. And we've got the Rossi again, except this one is a 357 38. So 357 Magnum or 38 caliber. And then we've got this Henry, really nice, super heavy. This one is also a 45 long Colt. This one is much more solid, much heavier, very solid little pistol. The hammer up. Fairly smooth. It looks great with the brass. I'm not a big fan of the golden lettering there, but you can change that if you own it. Nice looking Mare's leg. Octagon barrel. Very substantial. I have no idea how much the magazine holds here, but you can see it's all really well made, strong, pretty heavy. I don't think a kid would want to pick this one up. It is pretty heavy. Checking out the Rossis though, a little bit lighter. They weigh about, it seems to me like they weigh about as much as my little 22 from Henry. They have this aluminum plate on the back, kind of no frills version of the Henry. The loading on these is from here. You push them forward into the mag. Then you eject out the top. Now these have this crazy little safety up here. I've seen a few reviews of these, and not too many people are fans of this little safety up here. nonetheless, it is there. Got the saddle rings, large loop on both brands. This one's a much larger loop, where the Henry's, it's a big loop, but it's more of a shape to it. There's probably a lot more things to compare and contrast, but I'm not experts on them. Just had a chance to look at all three together. Thought we'd turn on the camera. As always, thanks for watching.
So that's an old one from when YouTube used to squish the Windows media player videos and make them squish like that. But I posted them over on Gun Channels, or I mean on Gunstreamer. I put a playlist over there with mare's legs. I think I got like 5 or 6 videos of them. So I thought they were the bee's knees when they first came out. What would that have been? Probably, this says 2018, but it wasn't. It was probably, when was that? Maybe 12 or something? 13, 14, 13 maybe? That they figured out to make pistols out of mare's legs or out of lever actions.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it was the end of 11, beginning of 12, I think, SHOT Show. They figured out they could work around the NFA law on that.
Well, they could comply with the NFA because the NFA said blah, blah, blah. So if you take a receiver that's never been a rifle, then you have a lever action pistol. So they complied with it. Yeah, and I remember the first ones were difficult. They'd have to source a Winchester receiver somewhere that never got created. And those weren't hard to, or weren't easy to get. Otherwise, you'd have to take the rifle and modify. Yeah, super expensive, like $1,000. So I can remember the first SBR that I saw was a little mare's leg, and that thing was awesome. It was completely, custom modified from a rifle, so it was an SBR. And then the first pistol, I think, was like $1,000. But then right away, I think it was Rossi that started bringing them in, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it was Rossi, and I remember that. Yeah, those things sold, and still I think those things make a really good, if you're a fisherman and you're fishing in bear country, I think those make a really good defensive weapon to be carrying in the woods because they're small and they don't have a magazine hanging out, so they're easy to put on your side if you're, carrying a tackle skirt with different tackle and stuff like that on and working a rod like a fly rod. You can get to them pretty easily, and with the longer barrel and the more ammunition capacity, they make a pretty good grizzly bear deterrent.
And they're not super aggressive looking. Nobody's to really get too worried if you got one on your back or something.
Yeah, like normal campers and stuff aren't going to be alarmed if they see you walking with something like that.
All right, so it's a good dog, and it's not sugar. I don't know if we said that one already. Didn't you do a tabletop review of a Taurus PT way back in the day? I don't know. Probably not. Let's see, doing a review. I mean, I might have looked at one if it was brand new or something, but not a review.
What are you talking on, a PT 111?
I don't know what a PT is. Is that, I think the PT, was that the one for the military trials? No, that's a,
no, that was they had a single stack 9mm PT 111, I think, and then they had, I want to say, like a 24/7 or something like that.
I think the 24/7 is what I'm thinking of. But anyway, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just turned the camera on. If a gun was brand new and I saw it at the shop or something, I would turn the camera on just to show people what it looked like, or maybe answer questions coming up on the forums. But I don't think I ever really tried to do reviews. Sometimes I would put 6 or 8 guns down just to show them next to each other. So it's maybe something like that. The dog's name is not any kind of anything word. It's not any other language, so it's not an Inuit word. I did look at a bunch of different words for snow or white and stuff, but they all looked weird or sounded weird to say. Is it possible to get any kind of a cheek weld on a mare's leg? No, not at all. Not really. You just hold them like I don't know, like an AR, not even like an AR pistol. You just hold them like they're a unique thing. You kind of hold them up, but they're 357, 38, nothing, 22, nothing. Maybe in 45 Colt they're a little tougher, but for as easy as it is to shoot, it's the lack of stock or whatever worth it. And honestly, I probably wouldn't put a stock even if there wasn't an SBR, NFA issue. I don't think I'd put a full stock on one. I just makes it unmanageable for what as often as you need it. I might put a little bit more stock on it, but I don't think it'd be the kind of thing I'd try to shoulder.
Yeah, just a little bit more stock maybe to put up against your chin, or you know what I'm saying, maybe to brace yourself in another contact point.
Going back over to the gun channel side, it's not vanilla. I don't know what Sadie is, but nope. Tricks, no. Trixie, Candy, none of them are, nope, not Snickers or sugar. Well, they're getting closer, but they're not close. I'd like a suppressed lever gun. I agree with that. I think a suppressed lever would be great. You can ask for hints. I'm not just going to give out hints, but no one's been asking them. They're just, well, David asked a couple.
What about, is it a noun, pronoun, adjective?
I don't know.
Adverb?
I don't know.
Anything like that?
I don't know. The name of a thing? Is that a thing? What are you doing? Hey. Oh, she's eating wood. Come here. Quit eating wood.
She's a puppy and she wants to chew on something.
All right, well, what else do we got today? We've got, that was it. So, yeah, that was everything we were going to do today. Oh, no, we got a gun shop we're going to go check out. So, go check out this gun shop movie here. It's again over on the Gun Streamer. I haven't posted a video on every single gun shop during the tour yet, mainly because, well, number one, I don't have time to do all the videos. It's definitely, it takes a little bit of time. The new software should make it a little bit easier. But then just taking time to do them has been difficult. But as I've been posting them, I think there's 48 of them from the tour last year. Those 48 videos were on YouTube, and then, of course, YouTube started being dumb. So I had to make them private, and, of course, that's frustrating. So now they're over on GunStreamer, a gun-friendly platform where they encourage us to post gun-related stuff. So now there's something like 48 gun shop tours over there. We'll be featuring them during the show, during this show. That's what this show is all about. And then I'll be able to start adding more now, knowing that they actually have a place to live. So thanks, GunStreamer, for making that possible. So this one is a gun shop in Indiana. I visited a friend of mine. I went to Pink's in Ohio. We went to the museum, went over to a friend's place, and visited with them in Indianapolis. One of the guys that helped me build gun websites in their beginning, actually, in '97. And then I went south to check out a gun show in Indiana. And this shop was coming up out of the town that the gun shop or the gun show was in. And I just happened to pass this shop driving down the road. It's my favorite way to find a gun shop, especially when they're cool like this.
Next up on the Gun Show Loophole Tour is a shop in southern Indiana called Red Ghost Gun Shop. This one was found as you're driving from a gun show in southern Indiana towards St. Louis, and let the Google Maps recommend some shops. This one was open, and it was right on our way, so we stopped in, and I'm glad we did. As you can see, it's full of supplies literally from floor to ceiling, everything from long guns in the back, really cool handgun display there, lots of handguns, and accessories, ammunition, reloading supplies, and components. They had a real friendly staff. We stayed and talked to the guys for a bit and learned a bit about the shop and what it's like shooting in southern Indiana. So this is a really cool shop. Highly recommend you check it out. It was cool to see a shop like this one. After this, we went to St. Louis and continued on with the Gun Show Loophole Tour. Thanks for watching. The guys and gals.
All right, so that was the gun shop today. Every day we try to feature a new gun shop. It's one of the reasons we do the show on a daily basis, so we can give ourselves as much opportunity as possible to hit gun shops. A lot of times we'll take suggestions from people who are joining us on the show, or if you have a shop that you'd like us to feature, you can always email it to us too. All right, so getting towards the end here. But we did get somebody that guessed it finally, the name of the puppy. So I am going to try to find the video here. So I think makes Studley the winner. Can't play the whole song because we'll get copyrighted. But we can watch the video. I beg of you, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I want to play this song. I'll just mute.
So what Steadley guessed the name of your pooch to be?
Oh, you're not watching the stream?
Yeah, I'm trying to, but my vision sucks, G, so it's kind of hard.
Well, that works
I'm
out.
watching on the phone.
Then it's more of a reveal. So I named her Marshmallow because she's big, fluffy marshmallow. So Studley figured it out. I don't know what clue it worked, but I think he was the first one to say it. So he'll win all the patches. I guess I didn't run that thing all the way through. I also sewed out a patch of that. So I still got to work on it a little bit, but thanks for playing. And now the dog's got a name. I think he was the first one to say it. Pretty close. All right, well, so that's the show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Kind of a short one, but we got all the things we wanted to hit. And anything you got coming up, David? You guys doing a show tomorrow? Is Dead Horse gonna be back?
Yeah, he's gonna be back, but I'm not sure if we're doing the show. I'm guessing we are because he didn't say anything about not doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot for we're doing it at 7 p.m. Eastern on Dead Horse's channel. And thanks for inviting me on, G. And as usual, I will be seeing you, or actually, I'll be sending you something very soon.
I know. So now that I see Slim had Marshmallow on this side, I don't know who said it first because I was looking at the gun channel or the YouTube side at the time.
That is a cute name.
Yeah, mainly she's very mellow, so she just sits around all the time. I'm not used to dogs that just sit around, so I don't know if she's sick or whatever, but she's just lays around. So I'm calling her Mellow, and when she's bad, I'll say Marshmallow.
Yeah, I don't think she's sick, G. It takes them a while to get used to a new home and new people around them and stuff like that. So
probably,
or she just might be just that laid back where nothing really bothers her, and she just wants to chill out and watch you.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. She's just that kind of dog. So I think the name will fit her. And when I call her Marshmallow, she's all fluffy and she's squishy like a marshmallow. But when she's just sitting around, she's kind of mellow. So works out pretty good. So that's what she's named. So appreciate everybody for playing along. It was kind of neat. So I'd suggest doing that if you're creating channels and stuff. I didn't know it was going to do that, but with 200 and something hits or whatever on that Instagram, I'd probably help that channel out or whatever. So think of that as like a little thing to do once in a while. Do like a contest or something where people have to suggest or guess or whatever, and drive some traffic to a specific post like that. I just did it like say so I didn't have to look all around 12 different places for guesses or for answers. I didn't know if anybody was going to guess it right away. And then I figured that would kind of automatically put them in chronological order, right? But yeah,
that was a good idea. kind of learn something for the next time we have something to draw more people into one particular site.
Yeah, just a little thing that happened, I guess. DTP is saying only 1 or 2 syllables. Yeah, that's what I try to do. 1 or 2 at the most syllables. So I call her Mellow all the time. But like I say, if she's bad, I can call her Marshmallow, and then she knows she's bad.
Well, you definitely got a good one, man. She's awfully sweet looking, and I'm glad that you ended up with her.
Yeah, I think we're a pretty good match so far. She's digging it. She likes getting petting dog bellies, so that works out.
Yeah, she's already got you wrapped around her finger.
All right, so no, you don't claim a patch. I've got a patch that I just did the speed up of the drawing there. I'll put that over on GunTube, and then I sewed out at one of the patches. I got to play with it. You could see some of the color through it, so I'm going to kill some of the color underneath and play with it. I won't be able to do it right away because I'm doing the cards, right? But whenever I get sick of doing firearms inventors for hours and hours and hours, I'll go do some dog patches again. But anyway, you'll get the first patch that comes out that looks worth the shit. And I don't know if I got your address or not, but I'll get it. And thanks everybody for playing. Like I say, it was kind of fun. And I don't know, is there anybody doing anything over on the gun channels after this?
I think Dead Horse has got something going on right now, but I'm not sure how long it's. No,
he's traveling right now, so I would be surprised if he's got something going. But I don't see anybody else on. So if somebody's over on the gun channels and wants to start a room, I'm sure there's people will jump in and have a conversation with you. If you're over on the YouTube side, I don't know what you people do when the stuff's over. I guess you just sit there in front of a computer waiting for the next thing to come on. But over on gun channels,
we just wait for gun channels to flare back up with something good.
Yeah, I just hang out on gun channels, and then you always got something good going on. But anyway, that was good. So thanks everybody. We will see. Oh, do you got a quote or anything by chance? No. That's probably a good dog quote.
A good dog quote?
Do you have one?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember some Charles Dickens from White Fang. Yeah, it slipped my mind.
I don't even know if I had any. Let's see. A bunch of dog quotes on posters. Here's some good place for quotes. Money can buy you a fine dog, but only love can make him wag his tail.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.